Hi students, I'm Teresa Castro. I'm your instructor and guide for the next 8 weeks. You're enrolled in a fundamental nutrition course. We'll be looking at how foods affect our health, our well-being, and what is the fundamental science behind all of that. This video is to orient you into this online course and help you know how to navigate it well. So let's get started looking around together so I can hopefully give you some helpful tips. I'm going to share my screen with you. All right, so this should be the main page that you're looking at. Your first step when you get into this course should be to click into the syllabus. This is the fundamental guide information that you need, all the inner mechanics of what we're going to be doing in the course, and anything that you might have a question about should be contained in this as far as policy and procedure and the basics. When you arrow down onto the same page, there's a full calendar of due dates. I recommend that you get your calendar out and you fill these due dates in now. That can help you with managing your time and knowing how to allocate it over the next 8 weeks. This is a really fast-moving course, being that we've compressed 16 weeks of material into just 8 weeks. So the more organized you are with your time, the easier it will go. Next, you want to go into the orientation. This first 2 days, it's really important that you take about 2 hours to go through the orientation, and you have to get your check-in post put into the discussion board. This discussion board you will find at the left-hand side here. You can click on discussions, and you want to make sure that initial check-in post is put in there to reserve your spot. Otherwise, if you haven't checked in, I have to assume that you are not going to participate and you get dropped, so we can add someone from the wait list. So make sure you get that taken care of. Lastly, after you've worked your way through the orientation, I want to show you a little bit about your weekly procedures. So you're going to click here each week. Start here weekly, and you'll find as you click in, you'll have a new starting point. I'll start you at the beginning of every module if you click into that tab. Right now, though, we're going to go into modules, and I'm going to show you a sample module starting into week 1 on what you're going to look at. The pattern will be real similar every week, and here's what you should do to maximize your learning. First, you should look over the objectives. That kind of gives you a peek into what we're going to learn that week and a chance to get excited about it. Then you want to look at the vocabulary prior to your reading and look up any of those terms either in a dictionary or the glossary of your textbook. Make sure you're familiar with the terms before you start the reading. Then you're going to download my weekly checklist. Really important. I've designed these to help you sequence the material and, again, optimize kind of the way you experience the information so that it makes the most sense. You'll work your way down it, and then you'll do that textbook reading. Some of you might have a little difficulty or be slow on getting that textbook in the beginning of the course. So I want to make sure you know there are textbooks on reserve at both the Menifee and San Jacinto campus in the library. So you can always do your reading there at the library until your textbook comes in. After you've completed your reading, then you want to move on to the Canvas key points that I've designed for you. And as you notice here, there's check boxes. That's intended for you that as you complete each step, you check it off. Work your way through those key points, and then you want to get into participating in the discussion. It's really critical that you complete all of the reading and Canvas key points before you do your discussion board post. That way you can make a more substantive post and earn maximum points for it. Lastly, every module has a quiz ending. You want to make sure you take care of the quiz and any projects. Now, the other key thing in an online course is communication. I'm here for you, just like possibly in a face-to-face course, to answer questions, kind of clear up those little foggy areas that you might have on an assignment. So there's some different ways to get in touch with me. In the discussion board, there's a troubleshooting forum. This is a sample of it here. You want to create a post and ask your question to me there of anything relating to mechanics of the class, the assignments, something that's of a more personal nature though. Make sure you use the inbox feature here at the left, which messages me directly, or my email address, which you'll find on the home page of the course. You can talk with each other as well, which we have a little student coffee house here. You click in, and this functions kind of for a place for you guys to have informal conversation, kind of like what you might in a face-to-face classroom do regarding the material or other things, as long as it's kept appropriate. Lastly, I just want to welcome you and let you know that I look forward to this every time. The students really are what make this course a different experience every time I teach it. So don't hesitate at all to reach out and ask your questions. That's what I'm here for. And I hope you enjoy your journey over the next 8 weeks.